Hey, what's up everybody? It is Sunday and we will be opening up 3 different Metamorphic albums. We have the cheeky version, the icy version, as well as the figure version here. Now, if you haven't already seen it, I did react to the entire album and it's a wonderful album that basically has a little bit of something for everybody. So even if you don't like one song, odds are there's a song that you will like on the album, and it is a full-length album, so there are 14 songs, but the songs are kind of short, so it's about a 40-minute listen. But with that being said, let's go ahead and open up some albums. I finally got these in, so we're going to put these off to the side first, and we're going to start with the cheeky version here. So I finally got some copies in. It took a very long time. They weren't as readily available as albums that you'd normally find at Target. Like, I even visited Target and could not find any. We're actually going to open these up with scissors because for some reason I can't open it up with my nails here. So we are going to open it up with scissors. There we go. All right. But very excited for this album opening because I really like this album. I think the songs are really, really good. And I'm excited to see what photo cards we can get, and also the concepts, which I think are also really good based on what we've seen from the Instagram. So, does it open like a book or a door, or how does this open exactly? Because I don't want to break it. It looks like it opens like a door. So we're going to try and open it like this, maybe. I think. Uh-oh. We're off to a not so good start. Okay, so it opens like that. Oh, I see. All right, so only one side opens up. So I hope you don't rip open your album because I totally almost did. So it opens up like that, and what an inside right there. So right on the left side here, we have the names of the members. I'm greedy for her. I don't know where that's from. I think I've actually listened to all of the lyrics really intently, but I don't know exactly where this is from. But we do have the song list here, as well as this super shiny inside here. So let's go ahead and take this off. This is actually just a cover. Like, is there even anything in here? No, this is really just a cover. So very high on the aesthetics there. All right, so we've got stuff. We've got lots of stuff in here. So first things first, we have I think a perfume card. It has a scent to it. So this inherently has a scent to it, and it's also in Braille here. I don't know if this says pink pepper in Braille, but the card itself has a scent to it. And that's really interesting. I don't know if this is their way of promoting the scent. If I had to describe what the scent looks like, it's like a little, I don't want to say spicy, but I can see where they get the pepper part from, and like, It smells like, as weird as it sounds, it kind of smells like the wardrobe, you know, like a very nicely, like, vintage wardrobe. But I do see where the pepper part comes from. I'm not very good at scents, clearly, if I wasn't good at describing it. So if you have a good idea what it smells like, let me know in the comments below what you think this card smells like. Because it smells very, like, it smells kind of like vintage-y, but also is very, very, like, pleasant. So that's all I got for the scent there. Let's go ahead and pull out the rest of the stuff here. So we're going to put the inclusions off to the side because we want to open up the photo book first, because that's the interesting part, is the photo book, for me at least. All right, so here it is. There is the photo book. We're going to close up this wardrobe for now as we look through the photo book. All right, so here is our first photo book here. A nice, like, black matte kind of thing, but it is the kind where, I don't even know if you could tell, but I already got, like, some oils from my finger on there, and that's why I don't really like these like black matte finishes for the books. But let's go ahead and take a look on the inside here. So we start off with, I believe this was the cheeky version in the Superstar STAYC game. So we start off with this photo shoot, which is very like dark, almost like vampire-esque when you look at it. We have the song listings here. And then we start off with the Aiza and Sumin photo shoot. I think there's actually, this is, I want to say it's Jay and somebody else. I'm just waiting for only one thing. So we start off with the only one thing lyrics. And again, here is the Sumin and Aiza photo shoot. Looks like we're actually starting off with the thanks page, is starting off with Sumin. So here are some Sumin solo shots. And then we go into the lyrics. So we have 20 here, and then cheeky icy thing. And then we have the Aiza thing. So this is actually really interesting because most of the albums that I've opened, and granted mostly I've opened up twice albums, have all the thanks basically shoved to the back of the album, whereas this, it looks like they're a little bit more spread out, which is really nice. We have some Aiza solo shots here. And then we have the lyrics for One Thing and Give It To Me. So again, very interesting concept where the book itself is kind of spread out. So it's not like in big giant chunks of sections like previous albums I've opened were. So we have the Jae and Seyoon photo shoot here. So the combo shot here. And then I think this is the middle of the book, because this looks like the middle, if I had to guess. So then we have the lyrics for Find and Let Me Know. And then we have the Seyoon solo shots as well as the thanks pages. I always thought this shot was interesting. This little, like, everyone's got, like, this metal heart kind of thing. Again, kind of giving, like, a dark but, like, vampire-esque kind of feel, right? So we have the lyrics for Nada as well as Fakin'. And then we have the J thanks page here, as well as the J solo shots. See, and there we are back with like the metallic kind of heart there. And then we have the lyrics for Roses as well as Beauty Bomb. And then it looks like we move on to kind of like the group shots here for a little bit. So we have a group shot here. And then we have the Seyoon and Yoon group shot, or the unit shot here. Sipping up on all my potions, it's probably driving you crazy. To be honest, I'm kind of emotive. I don't know which song this is from, actually. Again, I didn't like read the lyrics like intently, but I have listened to all the songs actually multiple times. I just might have missed the lyrics. So we have the Seyoon and the Yoon group shot here. And then we have the Seyoon photo. Very nice photo of Seyoon on the right side here with this very elegant like headpiece. Very interesting stuff there, because I don't think I've ever seen it on any of the other shots. So it's actually kind of like a nice inclusion here, very elaborate looking. All right, and then we have the lyrics for Gummy Bear as well as Stay With Me. And then we have the Yoon solo shots as well as the Yoon thanks page. So again, with that dark kind of vampire-esque kind of feel here, with lots of like red, pink, and like black concepts going on. And then we have the last two songs with Flexin' on My Ex, which some of us have heard from the Teen Fresh World Tour, as well as my favorite song on the album, Troublemaker. Maybe it's because it's the middle of the summer, and honestly, listening to the song makes me want like ice cream and like summery vibes. So really digging the Troublemaker song here. And then we have a final group shot, because this feels like the last page. So then we have kind of like the credits, all the people that like did the photography or helped with the actual songs and such. And then we have the final page, which is just a Metamorphic closing page. So a nice photo book, kind of small in comparison to other photo books, it feels like, but again, nice and compact, and works really well with like not having a ton of albums, right? Because one thing I've started getting into is organizing my albums, and they take up a lot of space, y'all. So let's go ahead and open this back up, take a look at our inclusions. So I actually don't know if there was a physical CD in here, now that I think about it. Was there a physical CD, or is there like a QR code or something? Okay, anyways, let's go through our inclusions here. So we have this kind of like little photo frame thing here, which is kind of like a box. So it says scene number 3, and it is the J scene. So very interesting, kind of like theater box, like something that you could put up for display for sure. Very, very interesting here. I don't know if there is a good way to display this. Like, in terms of inclusions, this is very, very unique, and I've never seen something like this before, but I also can't read the sides because they are in Korean. But this is the J version, so this is an inclusion that is specific to members. So there is the J, like, scene inclusion there, and then we have a sticker page, which is interesting because it's a sticker page that doesn't have everyone. So in this one, we've got the J, the Yoon, and the Seyoon stickers, right? These are stickers. Yep, they are stickers. And then we've got a few other stickers on here. Again, kind of giving like a vintagey kind of vibe there. All right, we have the photo cards, which we're going to do last. Here is the CD. So we do actually get a physical CD in a nice little sleeve here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the CD. So this version has like a nice kind of like matte pink kind of color here. So very cool here. First album, very important stuff, because I feel like the first album, it usually is followed by a world tour, and I am just very excited for world tours. I love world tours. Like, the stage presence of like K-pop artists is honestly amazing. All right, so we've got a postcard. Ooh, okay, we got the Seyoon postcard. All right, it's kind of like a postcard. It's a little bit small for a postcard, but still very, very cool. Again, with that very elegant headpiece that we were talking about earlier. And then we've got something here. We've got, okay, so this is kind of, is this a sticker? This is more like a photo. because this feels like it's printed on just regular like photo paper. So a nice photo for the album, and then we have 2 photo cards here. So our first photo card, let's go ahead and get that closer to the camera. Our first photo card is, all right, we got a unit 1 of both Jae and Seun, and then our second photo card is Seun. See, we get a lot of Seun stuff, whether it's photo cards or stuff in Superstar STAYC. So we got a lot of Seun stuff. I'm starting to think that in terms of albums, I am just bound to get a lot of Seun stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up here and put some of this stuff back in there. Or maybe I should just keep the inclusions separate. It's honestly a very like interesting set of inclusions, especially this one here, because if you have a bias, it'd be nice to display that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and keep the CD in here because I have a separate bin for inclusions, and then we are going to put this in here too because I guess it preserves the scent. I'm not really sure, but we're gonna do that for now. All right, and then we're gonna put the photo book back in here and then close this up. Again, very cool concept of like opening up a wardrobe here. We're actually gonna put the cover one back on here too. All right. So that is the first Metamorphic album. Again, this is the cheeky version. Let's go ahead, let's move on to the icy version here. All right, and then we have our handy dandy scissors, because again, we are not good at ripping things open with plastic. Like whenever I watch other people do it, they just like rip through it instantaneously and are able to get it open. But unfortunately, I, even with trading cards, have very bad luck with opening plastic. Now again, this is the icy version, and it kind of lives up to its name because the other one was more of a matte, but this is more like a gloss. Like, it's a little bit harder to see, but you can see it against the light there. It's kind of like a glossier version. Now, we know not to just rip it open, so one side opens up, and then the other side opens up there, and this was stuck. I can't tell if this is intentional, but this is stuck. Wait, let's go ahead and let's flip over our inclusions here. Like that. All right, cool. So we flipped over the inclusions. This first part is stuck, I think. So let's move this over to the side. We'll worry about this stuff later after we look at the photo book. But I'm not exactly sure why, but this was kind of stuck to the front page. It looks like it's like ripping it off. There was like a little bit of glue or something there when they were packing it. Oh man, that's kind of unfortunate. It kind of damaged it up a little bit, but that's okay because I have actually a few more copies because we tried for a fan call event and unfortunately lost. So I do have a few more copies of this that we will open at a later time. But again, we start off with like the nice silvery start page there. And then we do have the photo book here, which looks very different than the first photo book. So we do have this side here again that is I'm Greedy for Her, again with the artist names as well as the track list there. So we're gonna go ahead and close that up for now. It's like a nice like magnetic cover too that keeps it sealed. All right, well, looks like we did get the other sticker page. So we're gonna start off with the sticker page. So we've got the Sumin, the Seun, and the Aiza sticker page there. Very cool stuff. So we do have a full sticker set thing. I don't know if it's like per album, right? Like if one came with the cheeky version and one came with the icy version, but there's only 2 different versions, so I could imagine that it might actually be random. All right, so we have the photo book here. So this is going to be the icy version photo book, and again, we've kind of got like that cool blue concept going on with like the leopard print, the very like dark background, as well as kind of like this like, again, a very icy feeling vibe, right? Very cold feeling vibe. So we have the tracks listed here. And then we start off with the Aiza, the Seun, and the Yoon unit shot here. So we're onto a 3-person unit shot, but we start off with Seun solo shots, and then we got, okay, so we're kind of going through the individual members here first. I kind of like this like broken mirror shot that they did there. I think it's really interesting because like photography wise, this is taken from behind, so this has to be very, very clear, like a very clean piece of mirror there, which I think was really interesting when I saw some of those photos go up. So we have the lyrics for 20 and Cheeky Icy Thang. And then we move on to the Aiza pages here. So again, very cool looking concept, like very like flat haired kind of feel. Lots of metal, lots of shine in here. And I really like this concept. Like that's why I bought into it in terms of Superstar STAYC, because I really liked how cool the concept looked. So we have some more Aiza solo shots here, and then we have the lyrics for One Thing and Give It To Me. Now, one interesting thing here is that we didn't have the thanks pages like we did in the cheeky version of the album, so maybe they're all at the back. And then we have the Yoon solo pages here. Again, very cool vibes, right? We're not talking smiles here. We're like looking for very like tough looking photos here, and Yoon definitely delivering on that with the highlights and everything. Very awesome photo shoot here. We've got the fine lyrics as well as Let Me Know. And then it is all the thanks all smashed into one page for the 3 members all together. So very interesting units that they're developing for Metamorphic, and I think it's actually really cool. So we reach the middle where we have Cheeky Icy Thang there. And again, these are like white pages versus the previous ones, which were like dark pages. So I think it's like a nice contrast if you buy both albums, and very different concepts for the photo books. So now we move on to the Sumin, the Seyun, and the J photo pages. So we start off with the Sumin pages, and it's really interesting seeing like Sumin not smiling, right? Because Sumin has a fantastic smile, but like to see this very like tough, icy look is very, very cool. Love the glasses. I don't know why, but I love the Sumin with glasses look. It's a very awesome looking look, right? And then we have like the diamond mirror, again, very interesting photo shot there. We have kind of like this nice vintage chair, very like throny kind of looking chair. And then I think this is the last Sumin photo. And then we move on to the lyrics for Nada as well as Faken. Then we move on to the Seyun photos here. So again, lots of blue, lots of metal. Like, I love the concept for the icy version. And I love for this one, like they cut out a heart for the mirror if you look at it. So I really thought that was interesting when I saw those photos go up. We have the roses as well as the beauty bomb lyrics, and then finally we move on to the J pages here. I really like the metamorphic pink look that they give for J. I think it's a really nice color for their hair. And so we move on to the J solo shots. J is also using like the heart mirror piece, and again, very nice perspective piece, right? Like this is the back of their head, and then like you see their face in the mirror. I think that's just a really cool shot, a very cool shot. We've got the lyrics for Gummy Bear as well as Stay With Me, and then we have the thanks pages as well as the unit shot here. And then we move on to the group shots, and this is the wallpaper for Superstar STAYC if you were able to complete the event, and I'm very glad I was able to get this wallpaper. And then finally we have the lyrics for Flexin' on My Ex as well as Troublemaker, as well as it looks like some last inclusions, black and white photos of the different units, again giving a very icy, very cold vibe, which is very different than other STAYC albums where it's very like bright, sunny, right? Like if we think about Teen Fresh, it's very bright, very colorful. Like We Need Love, very naturey, very bright. This is a very like dark concept for STAYC, and I really like it, even though it doesn't reflect the songs very well, because the songs are all over the place. Like I still think this is a really nice concept in terms of what they were trying to go for here. So then we have this shot, which was on Instagram, and it was one of the first shots they gave us for this album. So very cool stuff there. And then finally the production staff, and it wraps up the book there. So very interesting books. Again, I really like the concept that they used for the photos. Let's move on to the actual inclusion. So we already saw the stickers there, and going to be very careful about opening this. So I actually liked this, so we're going to go through that last. So we have there should be the CD. All right, so here is the CD. Again, a different sleeve casing than the previous one. And I want to say this one's probably going to be like a white looking CD versus the pink one we got. Yep, so it is a white CD versus the pink one. And honestly, one thing that I think all K-pop fans should invest in if they plan on buying like albums and CDs and stuff is one of those CD players where you can actually play the CD as well as display it. I think it's very, very cool, and it's like kind of old school, but I love CDs. I've had a CD player for a very long time, so I think that having that little display for the CD is very, very cool. All right, let's move on into the next thing, which is the scent. So it's the scent again. I think it's the same scent because it does still say pink pepper, and it does have it in Braille again. Let's give it a whiff. Yeah, so kind of like that vintagey, sweet kind of smell to it. Like, I don't know the best way to describe it, to be honest. I'm not really a big fan of like scents and stuff, but I did look on their Weaver shop, and I guess they had like a Teen Fresh official scent, but this does give kind of like a vintagey kind of scent, and I think it's really interesting. All right, we got that there. And then we have our postcard. So the last postcard was specifically for the cheeky version, so this should be for the icy version. So let's see who we got. All right, so it's kind of hard for me to tell because it is a little bit further away, but I want to say we got another Seyun card here. Hang on, we're going to flip through. I can't actually just make out the face from this distance, but thankfully we have the book here to reference the outfit. And we did indeed get another Seiyun one. So we're always getting like Seiyun stuff, which is really, really interesting. It's like the photo books and the photo cards are trying to tell me that we should be Seiyun bias. So we got another Seiyun postcard here, which is really, really interesting because we're 2 for 2 in terms of the postcards being Seiyun. And then we have this, which is again kind of like a photo that they include with the albums. And then we have, of course, the little like theater looking thing here. So for our theater looking one here, scene number 5, and scene number 5 is, I want to say that is Seiyun. Yep, we did get the Seiyun one kind of further back, but again, like this little theater box looking like scene thing, which is really, really interesting. And honestly, one thing that's thrown me off about this whole entire comeback is what was this concept used for? This house looking concept, because it looks like in like some of the spoilers that they gave out, it was supposed to be like a music video, but I don't think we've ever seen anything for the music video. So I'm really interested in seeing how the rest of the album promotional stuff develops, because like this scene makes me very lost. I have no idea what they used this for because they didn't use it for the photo books. We didn't see it in any music videos. So I'm not exactly sure what they're going to use it for, but I'm very, very interested. All right, and then lastly, we do have 2 icy version photo cards. So knowing my luck and what we've pulled so far, we're going to pull a Seiyun photo card and then a unit card. All right, so our first one is going to be the unit card. So we have the Seiyun and the Yoon photo card, the unit card. And then here it is. I'm willing to put a guess. Oh, no, we did get the Isa photo card. Very cool. The Icy photo card. Icy? Icy photo card. So the photo cards are specific to the album. So as you can see from the Icy version, we did get kind of like the Icy photo cards. Let's actually scroll that down so you can see it a little bit there. So we did get the Icy photo cards as well as the Cheeky photo cards. Very interesting stuff there. So we're going to go ahead and put this away. And I did rip off the piece that I think was sticking to the front of the book. There's just a little bit of left on there, but I honestly don't know how often I'm going to be like opening this physically. So yeah, very interesting photo books as well as the inclusions themselves. I think this is like really a very interesting inclusion, and I actually like the postcards because these probably do fit like 4x6 pages if you're actually like storing them. So I think it looks very, very cool. So those are the 4 photo cards that we got. We're going to go ahead and move them down so you can see them a little more clearly. So you do get 1 member as well as 1 unit, which is very, very interesting here. All right, so let's go ahead and open up our figure version. Now, one thing before we open up this figure version that I do want to let everyone know is that I guess when they ship these out to stores, like if your store physically sells these, they get shipped out in boxes that have the member's name on them. Now, they were nice enough to label them at the store I went to. I don't know if they were supposed to or not, but this one is the Seiyun one, and I did actually open one the other day just to confirm it, but this one was a Sumin figure. So the boxes that they get shipped in do have the members' names on them, and I think if you buy them from the Weaver shop, you do get a random one. Now, just keep that in mind because if you want, you should probably order these from like eBay or go with a Go where they're giving specific members, but I guess there is information where you can see the member that you're getting based on like the box that you receive. So again, this is a Seiyun box if it's advertised correctly on the box. So let's go ahead and open this up here. Get that centered a little. All right, so very nice tin box, first of all. If you have like lots of extra stuff, like I don't know if this fits in here. It looks like it does. But if you have lots of extra stuff that you need to like store, this is a very nice box for it. All right, so we start off with the stickers. So there are stickers. This was also in the other one. So very nice to have this little sticker inclusion here. We do have kind of like a photo book going on here, kind of small. And honestly, the other one I got also was kind of damaged in the corner like this. So just keep that in mind. But here is the photo book. And actually thinking about it, this might have been where the like house shots went to, right? From what we've seen in the teasers. Because I actually didn't flip through the photo book yesterday when I opened the other one. So this is actually, I guess, where it went to, is this concept. And we haven't seen this concept in the Superstar STAYC like game yet, so we will probably see it soon. One thing I find interesting about this photo shot is that just like the other ones, it gives a very different STAYC vibe. Like when I saw this for the first time on Instagram and stuff, it was very like Haunted Mansion. that's the kind of vibes it gave me. Is very like a mix of We Need Love and Haunted Mansion. Like the house seems haunted, right? Like it gives kind of like an Addams Family kind of vibe when it comes to this. So let's actually flip through this a little bit slower so you can see all the pages here. So we do have a group shot to start off with, and then we have some zooming pages here. And see, like they're like faded, they're like black and white sometimes. It gives like very like Haunted Mansion vibes. We have the Siyun shots, the solo shots. We have the Aiza solo shots, so significantly less solo shots than in the actual photo book. We have the Seyun photo shots here, the Yoon photos. Now, okay, when I remember the video, there was a time when Yoon was like vacuuming their hair, and it's not in this photo book, so I'm wondering, is there a music video coming out and what song they're going to be using it for? And then we have the J solo pages here. And again, very Haunted Mansion kind of vibes, right? Like the way that they kind of like muted out the photo. It's very like light coming from one direction. It's very, very like soft, but also a little creepy, if you ask me. And then we do have the credits, so no lyrics in this book itself. And then we wrap up with a group shot there. So that's the photo book. And then we do have this, which I believe is a poster. So we do have kind of like a mini Metamorphic poster. Again, very like, this is our family and kind of like Haunted Mansion kind of vibes, but in color. So very interesting concept here. And then again, it was labeled on the box. So we did get the Siyun photo card as well. So here is the photo card. And then we do get a small little figure. Now remember that on the Weaver shop, these are limited. So at some point they're going to stop making these. I thought it was just really interesting. So I wanted to put these on my shelf. So I did get one Sumin one and one Siyun one, because those two are probably my two favorite members. Even though I love all of the members of STAYC, I think they're all very interesting. So this is the base. On the bottom of the base is a QR code, which I think gets you like, I'm not too sure if this is the album itself. I'm pretty sure this links you to an album. When I tried to scan it, it tried to make me download an app that I didn't download, I'll be honest with y'all. But it does come with the stand here, and then it comes with a prop. So each one comes with a prop. In this case for Siyun's, it comes with a little present, and then the figure of the member themselves. So this is the figure, and it just goes on here. Now, honestly, this figure does feel a little flimsy. Like, if you look at the individual pieces, I'm sure you could honestly disassemble this, because it doesn't seem like they're... I don't know if this is, like, the style of the figure, but the way that it's, like, glued is very loose. Like, it just feels like I could break this at any given moment. So really keep that in mind, that maybe this is one you want to be a little sensitive with, because I'm even just trying to put it in the pegs here, but it doesn't seem to be, like, standing very well. Like, it feels like I gotta jam the pegs into the feet of the figure. There we go. So yeah, it felt like I almost like broke the figure trying to do that. And this is what it looks like. So this is the figure. This is the Siyun figure. And again, the photo card. So again, if you're looking for this for a specific member, there is a way to know what the member is. If you're trying to buy it retail, it came in a box that had the member's name on it. But I highly recommend you do like a go or buy it off of eBay, because if you buy it off of Weverse, number one, it's about like $33, but then you got to pay extra for the shipping and all that stuff. And then again, I bought this for like $39, I believe, plus tax. So I would just recommend doing a go, because again, there is a way for the organizers to know what you're getting, and it might make it a little bit cheaper since that knowledge is available. And for anyone who wanted to see the other figure here, so this is the Sumin figure. I kept this plastic in here literally for this video so that I can show you that, again, it was labeled as Sumin. And then we take the stuff out here, and it is the Sumin figure here. So we're going to take this out since we're about to put this on our bookshelf. So everyone came with a different prop, and Sumin's came with like this icy, like, I want to say it's a spray bottle. When I opened it yesterday, I thought it was soda, but this totally looks like a spray bottle. All right, so we got that. And then again, the figure here. So the figures are based off of like kind of that Haunted Mansion concept that they had for the photo book that came with the figure version. And just like with the Siyun one, it feels like I could break this at any given moment. So I'm going to be very careful to not like break the pegs, but also it kind of feels like the figure is not fitting. Like, it feels like I need to kind of drill the feet in a little bit better there. All right, so here is the Sumin figure with the icy spray bottle. And then there should be the photo card in the photo book. So here is the assuming photo card that came with the figure version. So that is everything that I'm going to be opening up today. Again, these are really nice like boxes because you could just take the foam out and then it's just like a box. It's a really nice like metal box in case you want to store some extra stuff like your inclusions and whatnot. But that is going to be our opening for today. Again, we do have more albums coming along the way. We were able to get some signed versions from Hello 82, so very interesting stuff coming down the way. But with that being said, that is the end of this video. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave a comment down below and I'd be happy to answer when I have the time. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, until next time, take it easy.